Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we'd like to give our praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh.
the blood and staff forces and elders are great in the stone and citation to the elect brethren scattered across the four corners of the entire earth. We had GMS Trinidad Camp, one of the branches of. We're here tonight to do one lesson. Pray Yahweh shall be edifying to the elect. The sincere brothers are doing his work across the four corners of the entire earth, that shine and cry for all the abomination that being done thereof.
Yeah, that's basically me and one of the brother having a conversation yesterday. He was talking about, both the parents in Christianity, and they was talking about, spiritual demon Satan was cast out of heaven, and 2/3 of the angel was cast out of him. And, they would use like Isaiah 14 and 12, and they would use Revelation 12 and 7, right? But it wasn't speaking about spiritual demon Satan, right? Because in Revelation, Isaiah 14 and 12 was speaking about the king of Babylon. At that time was Nebuchadnezzar. But at this time, it's referring to what? The king of this Babylon, which go back to the higher up elites, right? And the one Lucifer is a light bearer. People in this world look at the so-called white man as this great intellectual or intelligent being, but he's the basis of men.
That's right.
And when they say falling from heaven, it's falling from his rulership. He's going to lose his dominion as ruler on the earth, right? So Satan was never cast out of heaven, spiritual demon Satan, right? So we can just bring a piece up to prove that, spiritual demon Satan wasn't cast out of heaven. Neither the angels, they don't go against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He controlled both forces. There is no opposite force against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He controlled both forces. You understand? So we can bring a precept to prove that Satan still dwells in the heavens, you understand, under the order of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and we can break down Revelation 12 and 7, show that it's going into war. This current kingdom, the beast, you understand, the military, that are going to be destroyed by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Right.
Right? You got the joke.
In Job 2 verse 1, he said, again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord Yahweh, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, so Satan dwells in the heaven. He presents himself, you understand, before the Lord Yahweh. So if he was cast out, why he presented himself? You understand? Who got the second address, 8 to 21?
Alright, this is 2nd Ezra 8 verse 21. It says, whose throne is inestimable,
yeah,
whose glory may not be
So
comprehended.
this going into the Most High Yahweh, right? You can't comprehend the Most High glory. Right, go ahead.
Before whom the host of the angels stand with trembling.
So the host of the angels, Satan is part of that. He's part of the host of the angels. You understand? They stand trembling. So there is no rebellion in heaven that Satan rebel against the Most High. No, the Most High control both forces. Both forces come from the Most High. It tells you in Job chapter 3 that in heaven is where his rest, his perfect peace of day. You understand? It tells you that in Job chapter 3. Right? So the angels stand before the Most High trembling. You understand? Right? Who are the Psalms? If anybody got any precept, they can bring it out, right? Psalms 103 verse Psalms 103 verse 20. You understand?
So Psalms chapter 103 and verse 20.
Yeah.
It says, blessed be Yahweh, ye his angels
Yeah.
that excel in strength
Yeah.
and do his commandments, hearkening unto the voice of his word.
Yeah, so the angels them is acting unto the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. They don't go against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You understand? So that was a misinformation with these Christians teaching. Misleading the people. You understand? Anybody got anything there?
They have a precept just to show
Yeah, go ahead.
with the heavens, right? This is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 4. If any of thine be driven out unto the utmost parts of heaven, from thence will Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Alright?
Good.
Now, this is back up the brother point with heaven. Right? It's just talking about rulership, because guess what the scripture in
1 Corinthians 15 says flesh and blood cannot enter into heaven. But this was speaking about the Hebrew Israelites at that point in time, right? Which is physical men, right? So the scriptures say, if any of thine be driven out unto the utmost parts of heaven, right? From thence will the Lord thy power gather thee. Which talking about underneath the firmament.
That's
right?
right. Because
the Most High going to scatter, you show the four corners of the globe, right? Which is underneath this heaven here, right? And you know, bring them back into the land of Israel.
That's right.
But when you go into I think it's 2 Corinthians or somewhere in Philippians, it talk about the third heaven, because the firmament is a heaven, then it have the outer space, and then the third heaven with the Most High himself dwelling. Heaven also goes back to rulership.
Yeah, so hey, you gotta come to the true source, you know, to understand what is it about. That's right. You understand? And that's why Yahushua is saying, as Matthew 11 and 25, when he prays Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua say he hide these things from the wise and the prudent and reveal it unto babes. You know, the secret of the Lord revealed unto babes. You understand? And how we break it down is how we was taught by our elders. You know?
That's some of your favorite.
You understand?
It's like,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is 2 Chronicles chapter 6, verse 18. But will the Most High in very deed dwell with men on the earth? Behold, heaven and the heaven of heavens cannot contain thee.
Done.
How much less this house which I have built?
Done. Yes, there's different heavens. You gotta understand that. And heaven represents rulership or dominion. Now we can prove it too. We can prove that this lesson go on. We can prove it that, you know, that when they say his place wasn't found anymore in heaven, mean his dominion was taken away. This man not gonna ever rule ever again. You understand? He's not gonna rule again.
Because if I may add on to what the brother saying, the word heaven goes back to the Hebrew word shemayim, right? Which means which pertain to the waters or which pertain to the elements. So his rulership, he have control over the elements or the waters right about now, going back to the people, alright, or which goes back to you know, because he control the elements and resources of the earth. So this is his heaven, you know. So as Brother Makazada said, if you go back into the original words, then you go and understand, because when people hear about heaven, them thinking is where the Most High himself dwell. But what the word heaven really mean? The Most High himself is really the king of heaven, because he controls all the elements within the whole universe.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And he actually done above the heaven.
That's right.
Because
That's
the
right.
scripture said, heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Right? So he, because it was a video I was watching, but you know, when I seen the video, but the Might was defending, I guess, a Scientologist or whatever it may be there. And he's saying that time, matter, and space don't affect the Most High. And that, I mean, that was true to what the Might said, right? Because according to the scripture, the heaven, you know, the Most High, he spoke all these things into existence, right? In the beginning. You understand? We don't want to go too deep into that. But the Most High, that third heaven, or the fourth dimension, he dwells outside of this realm. He's not impacted by that. Right? That's why you should see, they have this thing coming on right now. You're seeing black holes, you're seeing chariots going in and out of black holes. You understand? Because they're coming from the dimensions.
They show you that in Marvel with the one above all, which Stanley, you know, obviously from reading the Bible, obviously brought out these things, and would show the one above all, which represented the Most High. You know, he dwell in a dimension totally by himself, where he himself is light. The scripture said the Most High put on light as a garment, you know, and he set up somebody to rule after him, which was the living tribe, you know, which is a representation. Well, Ella Kazak from the Mississippi camp, he went into it, more talking about the four, we call it, but if you're going to it, right, that is Yahushua, you know, that actually in charge of certain things, you know, after the Most High.
Anybody got anything there? Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus 16, start at verse 27. Say he garnish his works forever, and in his hand are the chief of them unto all generations. They neither labor nor are weary, nor cease from their works.
These are the angels. the angels that dwell in the heavens. Right?
Then none of them hindereth another, and they shall never disobey his word.
Never. Never. So that's misinformation. You understand?
That's what the scripture say, you have to follow cunningly devised fables. All these things coming out of Christianity is cunningly devised fables. That was used to what? Subdue the nation of Israel. Because ultimately we are the ones who are the spiritual beings. Knowing that the Bible was the Bible is a spiritual book, and this is our book. But the enemy got hold of it and contaminated it and created something called religion to what? Keep us what? Separate from our power.
Yeah, good.
You just had the precept to back up the brother. So like, this is 1 Peter 1:16, for we have not followed cunningly devised fables, when we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty.
Yeah, it was lies. We didn't follow no lies.
We made known unto you the power. What is power? The fact that the Most High said that he and him alone, right? When you look at his son, there was no other. And he, to show his power, he said he told you the end at the beginning. You know, so that's what they call prophecy, to tell you the end at the beginning, what is going to happen. Right? Prophecies have come to pass. We went into slavery because we did break the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? And now we're in the time of repentance. And how did that happen? He said because he said before the Lord do anything, he will reveal the secrets of his servants and prophets. So through our Babylons, which is Elijah, which is John the Baptist, and you have the incarnation in the spirit to receive it. Right? Right? All this movement is happening. And through this great movement, right? In particular, great ministry coming on YouTube in 2017 now, we have seen prophecies happen in an exponential rate. More prophecies being fulfilled. Even things what happening with inside Israel. The false prophets being made out, being reproved, right? The scribes and the Pharisees, so on and so forth.
And if I may add on to what the brother saying too, right? Because what, as he said, the secrets of the Most High will reveal unto the servants, the prophets. When you read Proverbs 25:2, it says, the honor of the Most High to conceal a thing, but the glory of kings is to search out the matter. And we being part of the hopeful elect, because we called to this work, you know. Many are called, but few are chosen hope. Hoping also to be chosen. We searching out the matter. We go into the deep things, you know, which we learn from the elders and the apostles, you know, search out things. We don't follow a man blind, wherever the case is. So the scriptures say that a king shall rule in righteousness, and princes, you know, roughly paraphrasing in Isaiah 32 verse 1. And we hopefully are those kings, because we searching out the matter. So we know the secret things and the hidden things that even Esau himself seems to conceal. You know?
Because I just wanted to say that these Christians say that basically there was a war in heaven and all this kind of bullshit misleading the people, right? But as the brother brought out, all the spirits that the Most High create, none go against him, all do his work. So I just want to bring this short piece up here in 1 Samuel 16 verse 14. It says, but the spirit of Yahweh departed from Saul. That is the Holy Spirit, right, that was on Saul to lead the people. Departed from Saul because Saul disobeyed the commandments of the Most High, right? Reading on, it says, and an evil spirit from Yahweh troubled him. So that shows you that the Most High create good and evil spirits. Understand? Right.
Yeah, the evil spirit is what brings sorrow, distress. That's really what evil going to do. Sorrow, distress, bad type misery.
Yeah, yesterday when we was on the group, when we mentioned Israel, sin was like sickness.
That's what it brings. You have something there? Just get the revelation of you got something? Yeah, bring me out.
I want to say that. It says Hebrews chapter 13 verse 9. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines. For it be a good thing that the heart be established. And the word heart goes back to the word mind, right? Not in the Hebrew. With grace, not with meats, which have not profited them that have been occupied therein. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 9.
Yeah, don't be carried away with these diverse diverse doctrine, that Satan was cast out the heavenly angels because he rebelled. This diverse doctrine. This doctrine is the devil to deceive you.
Because I think it was Isaiah 28, 9 and 10, it talks about this getting milk for the meat.
Good.
And upon 9 precept upon precept, how you're going to teach them, how you're going to be taught this knowledge, right? Because this knowledge, it has to be basic, fundamentals have to be taught, right? How could you create something? It says that in Sarah, how could you create something? I think that you create it become more powerful, and that's impossible. But from South Africa, but something says that it's impossible, right?
The same thing you need, you must have a kill switch.
He has the power. He gave you life. Like you see, we're not of our own self. We are. The energy that carries us about the Most High to pull that back. He's the Father of light. He can pull back his spirit. The spirit is light. That's why when you die, you get cold. Right? He can just pull back your spirit. You understand? So how could the creation be more powerful than the creator? We're talking madness. That Lucifer could stand up and fight against the power. Lucifer physically just means light bearer. Right? That is that knowledge on that wicked knowledge that he has, or knowledge overall that he has. I want to make him a power on the earth that giving me the deception that he's our God. Because the Most High revealed things unto him first. She just said, thou art wiser than Daniel. Right? You had the knowledge first. You knew, starting with the banking families. Right? Coming all the way up, you all knew that you were the reincarnation of Esau and them. Right? The sons of Cain. Right? The sons of the curse. You all knew that, and with that power, you'll maximize on our sins. Right? When we broke the law, statutes, and commandments, you call yourself being justified, you're going to say what slavery up to this very day. 400 years of hardcore slavery, but we're still in that bondage and oppression up to this day.
That's right.
Paying taxes and tribute. Alright?
You go ahead.
That's okay.
That's what I'm saying. When you really check it out, the way how they want to put that out is like, inside dwelling place, have no order, right? And inside house is order. Whereby prayer, we know the scriptures, they don't hinder, they don't disobey, good at your bash up your shy, right? There's First Kings 22, that they show that the spirits, on both sides, happening unto the woods at your bash up your shy. Perfect order, they don't rebel against your bash from your side. There is the First Kings 22, I'll start at verse 20. See, and the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth-Gilead? And one said to his manor, and the other said on that manor. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yoshai and said, I will pursue him.
So guess what? That spirit took the instruction from Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. Because the chorus is saying, who's going to go forth and persuade the heart? Right? One said on this man, and one said on the next. But it's what one came forth and what the Lord said, what Yahweh said.
And the Lord Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lion spirit in the mouth of all his prophets.
Isn't it a sin to lie? To bear false witness? To testify falsely? Right? But guess what? That spirit is a spirit on the left hand side that the Most High used, and he was pleased with. Go ahead.
And he said, thou shalt persuade him, and prevail also. You see? So that spirit is a spirit from the left hand side. That was used to bring forth righteous judgment. Right? Nobody's above the Creator. Yahweh Bashem Yoshai is the Father. Or are the fathers. Right. Say, go forth and be so. And he went. The spirit went to do the will of Yahweh Bashem Yoshai. Right? Say, now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lion spirit in the mouth of all these.
Who did it?
The Lord Yahweh hath put a lion spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets. And the Lord hath spoken evil concerning.
This is Judges 9:23. Then the Most High God sent an evil spirit between Abimelech and the men of Shechem, and the men of Shechem dealt treacherously with Abimelech. So this was in the time of Judges. I can't really remember the account too well, but basically what Abimelech did, he killed out some of his brothers because I think that is Gideon. That was good. Gideon, one of Gideon's sons.
With the concubine.
Yeah, right? Yeah, and the men of Shechem was in confederacy with him to kill out the thing, and the Most High didn't like what they do, and one of Gideon, one of the brothers that escaped actually prophesied. And the Most High sent an evil spirit that Abimelech and the men of Shechem going and doing treacherously with each other.
Revelation chapter 12 and 7, it says, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not.
Yeah, so it says you had a war in heaven, right? Michael and his angel fought against the dragon. So I give Ezekiel 29 and 3. See who's this dragon?
This is Ezekiel 29, verse 3.
Yeah.
Right, it says, alright, read it on. It says, Ezekiel 29, verse 3. Speak and say thus, saith Yahweh power. Behold, I am against thee, Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Yeah.
The great dragon.
What? Pharaoh was what?
The great dragon.
Pharaoh was a great dragon. You know, a fierce beast. You understand? So Pharaoh was a fierce dragon. You understand? Go ahead.
The great dragon that lieth in the midst of his rivers,
Yeah.
which had said, my river is my own.
That's how they say this local white man is it? Gather all people unto himself, keep it all nation. See a spirit is local white man in. So we say read back. Revelation 12 and 7.
Revelation chapter 12 verse 7, it says there was a war in heaven.
Yeah, there was a war in heaven, and the war going into the Armageddon. Right? It wasn't in the heavenly realms where the heavenly Father dwelt. This war is about to happen. We are in the stage of this war, with the Cold War, with the tariff war, you understand, trade war, which is going into the tariff war. You understand, we are already in the war, already arms race. You understand, but this is the Armageddon that will happen in this heaven, in this realms right here. You understand?
He saw heaven.
Exactly.
He saw paradise.
Can.
And what you trying to fight for to hold on to?
Can. Trying to hold
kingdom.
on to his realm, his kingdom. Yeah, you want to say?
One part is that the host shall continue to
Can. Can.
A dragon is a serpent, and a serpent is a wise creature. Just goes back with somebody who will have wisdom.
Can. I know, so treacherous, malicious forces.
Two tongues.
Sly and crafty.
Before the move up, then we don't want to play last time concerning the robots and things they have. They mentioned civilians, right? Creating these things for
That's
fight
what I
against
want.
them.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
Like this whole going to use it to try and come to fight spiritual things with common strength.
Waste of time. That's all. Just read it back again.
Now Revelation chapter 7,
12
12 and 7 says, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon,
Yeah.
and the dragon fought and his angels.
And if I may say an angel just goes back to a messenger.
Good.
You know, so when people hear angel, they think you're not being with wings or whatever the case is.
Right.
Because we are angels. Scripture call us angels. We messengers are the Most High.
That's right.
See any wings on your back?
Good.
Right.
Yeah, he said the dragon and his angel fought, right? The dragon speaking about the beast, which is named to the EU. They're gonna fight against Yahushai, and Michael is the captain of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai army. You understand? He could be alongside the Yahushai. You understand? So they're gonna fight
He
against.
is not Yahushua.
Can.
It's a separate.
Can.
Jehovah's Witnesses actually pushing it along.
Yeah, don't have the people already. Hold that, bring me over.
There's just a quick piece up here to show you that a war is coming. Revelation 11 and 14, it says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Third woe coming quickly. So continue that. Read back with it up again.
Revelation chapter 12 and 7 says, and there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither their place found anymore.
So let's get kind of that. So they say, see, the place wasn't found anymore in heaven. They're going into the dominion, right? The rulership. Right? Read this.
Alright, this is
oh, there's somebody give me Daniel 7 to start from verse 10. Yeah, go ahead.
Right? This is Revelation 19 verse 19. It says, and I saw the beast.
And saw the beast, which is NATO in the EU. There's the beast, there's his military power. You understand? There's the dragon. You understand? Go ahead.
Reading on, it says, and the kings of the earth.
And the heathen nation, you understand? Because before Yahweh shall return, they're going to be fighting against each other. You understand? Right? Go ahead.
And the kings of the earth and their armies.
And their armies. The dragon and his angels. This is what they're going into right here, right? Go ahead.
Gather together to make war against him that sat on the horse.
Who's him that sat on the horse? We can get it in 2nd Ezra 13. We can get that. Him that sat on the horse is the chariot. You understand? So they gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse. Go ahead.
And against his army.
Against his army. Michael. And the angel. There's Yahweh army. You understand? Right? Anybody get the Daniel? Start. Yeah, start from 9.
So Daniel 7 verse 9. See, I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
He beheld till the thrones were cast down. And when you go into the word throne, I can't remember the Hebrew word, but it's going into rulership, authority. You understand? That's what it's going into. So these thrones were cast down. What throne? The beast that was the rule before the Median Persian Empire, the Babylonian Empire, the Greek Empire, right? And this current beast, which is the pagan Roman Empire. Each throne, he beheld till the thrones with the S were cast down. Right? Go ahead.
And the Ancient of Days did sit,
which is Yahweh,
whose garment was white as snow.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the hair of his head like a pure wool.
He's a so-called dark-skinned man. Right? Go ahead.
His thrones were like the fiery flame.
Yeah, going into his chariot. Go ahead.
And his wheels as burning fire.
Yeah, the Most High is a consuming fire. Right, go ahead.
A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him.
Yeah.
Thousands ministered unto him.
Yeah.
And 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him.
This is the host in heaven. Right? Go ahead.
The judgment was set.
The judgment was set. Go ahead.
And the book was opened.
Yeah, go ahead.
I beheld then because of a voice of the great words which the horn spake.
Yeah.
I beheld even till the beast was slain.
The beast is Esau. Near to the EU. This is going into Revelation 12 and 7. Right? The place wasn't found anymore in heaven. They gotta get destroyed in the war, in the Armageddon. Right? Go ahead.
And his body destroyed and given to the burning flame.
Yeah, the burning flame coming from the ICBM missile and also from the laser from the chariots. Right, go ahead.
As concerning the rest of the beasts.
Concerning the rest of the beasts, which is the Babylonian Empire, the Median, the Persian Empire. This is the beast. The rest of the beasts, them go ahead.
They had their dominion taken away.
Yeah, the rulership. The heavens was taken away from them. The rulership. They're not gonna. These beasts not gonna rule again. According to Daniel 4, let me say kingdom will be everlasting.
I have something for you.
Right? Yeah, understand?
I'm not sure that.
Come, go ahead.
Malachi chapter 4 verse 1.
Yeah.
For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven,
yeah.
and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, say the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Yes, sir. They said I had the dominion taken away. Right? So they're not going to rule again. These heathens not going to rule again. Go ahead.
Yet their lives will prolong for a season.
Yeah, because they're going to be in slavery for 1,000 years, and then they're going to go back to the land, and they're going to be under our vibration according to Isaiah 2. But the Edomites, after their 1,000 years of slavery, Obadiah 1 and 18, they're going to be eradicated. You understand? That's right. You're going to get rid of them. So they're going into the war in heaven, which is this heavenly realm. You understand? This is what they're going into. And if we continue reading down, they can tell you when Yahweh shall receive his kingdom, and it'll be an everlasting kingdom. You understand? Anybody got anything else before me? What they say? Go ahead.
All right. This is 2nd Ezra 13 verse 1. It says, and it came to pass. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I behold, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance...
So who this man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven? Matthew 35 and verse 31. You understand? Is the man who's the man waxed strong. It's Yahweh Shai. You understand? And come with Michael and the angels.
In Matthew 25 verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory,
with the chariots,
and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Yeah, because you come and take the kingdom. You come and take this kingdom. You understand? Big man thing, you come and take it. This is his own. You understand? Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation 19 and verse 11. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns.
And take them out of his kings.
And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Come and take them out of his kings, because we read Revelation 19:19. He said the beast and all the kings of the earth come against him. So you take all of their crowns. Right? Sorry, you got something there?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Isaiah 64 and 1. So, O that thou dwellest in the heavens, that thou wouldest come down, that the mountains might flow down at the presence, as when the melted fire burneth, the fire causeth the waters to boil, to make thy name known to thine adversaries, that the nations may tremble at their presence, at thy presence.
Yeah, the nation will tremble at the presence. They will tell you right in a second, they just see. Yeah, go ahead.
In Job 4, I'll start at verse 8. He said, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. By the blast of power they perish, and by the breath of his nostril they are consumed.
We can go right there. You see that Yapa precept. Right, go ahead.
All right, 2nd Ezra 13 and 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that was seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice. Like as the earth faileth, with it feeleth the fire, when it feeleth the fire.
Come down to those chariots. Yeah. But, yeah.
And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men.
A multitude of men. Because this top demon, we name George Bush Senior. I can't remember the year when he made the speech that we prepare for alien invasion. And that's why these devils.
I think it was Ronald Reagan. They had a few presidents.
Yeah. I think Bill Clinton was saying it too. Yeah, he was saying it too. I think this
Common threat. You have a common threat.
God. And that's why this the old dog was proud.
Yeah.
You don't all lose that. So you gotta weaponize space. Old dog was proud. This you name down DJ Chunk. Old dog was proud.
If I may say, that is why they're bringing these movies like Independence Day, showing you that an alien coming.
So the most I put in the spirit to do these things.
Yeah.
The most I put in the spirit. Remember the prophecy the most I said, their tongue shall fall upon themselves. So that when you see these movies, when you see Esau doing these things and bringing all these things, the most I show that hey, the tongue, the telling on themselves. Esau's a fool, Esau's telling himself because pride. Pride is clog your judgment. And he's telling himself. You know, because you feel nobody can see him.
Yeah. He invisible.
Yeah.
His wickedness invisible.
Yeah.
He says, we talk about that common threat. The threat for salvation is what? Salvation. It's deliverance. Right? The common threat will be to you and your world leaders.
That's right.
Right? To all the heathens and the tutors. There's a threat. The threat is your destruction coming. But for us, it's our salvation drawing nigh.
That's right.
We hope for the elect.
That's right.
You know?
If I may just add to what the brother was saying, the reason why he bringing all these movies and showing that is to fool the people into thinking there's real aliens coming, so that they will join his military to fight against Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, but the people who join in the military to fight with you, know, yeah.
This is Isaiah 29, and I'll start at verse 4. And thou shalt be brought down, and shalt speak out of the ground, and thy speech shall be low out of the dust, and thy voice shall be as of one that have a familiar spirit. Out of the ground, and thy speech shall whisper out of the dust. Moreover, the multitude of thy strangers shall be like small dust, and the multitude of terrible ones shall be as a shaft that passeth away. Yea, it shall be at an instant suddenly. Thou shalt be visited of Yahweh by Shem shall force with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
Brother, question from Babylon's book, you know, we are finding his video concerning the MTV movie awards with the CIA. So look at them, the portal is going to open, the child is going to appear. The portal is going to open, the child is going to appear. It's your son, you know.
This is verse 7. And the multitude of all the nations that fight against Ariel, which means the lion of power, the lion of the Most High, which is the children of Israel. Because if you go back into the book of, if I'm not mistaken, Micah 5, verse 7, somewhere around, they say that Israel shall be like a lion in the midst of all of these heathens ready to take. You know? It says, even all that fight against her and her munition, and that the chest hill shall be as a dream of a night vision. Now go back into 2nd Ezra 13 when Yahushai come back and shoot off them laser beams and win World War III.
Anything else over there? Yeah, go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 66 and 15. It says, behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger and fury and rebuke of flames of fire. For by fire and by the sword shall the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
These military, the Lord can destroy all these military on the face of the earth.
All the mighty men.
All the most I can destroy.
Pakistan, you have all them villages. Pakistan. Special forces. Russia, SS, whatever it is. The UK, and all, everybody had their fucking checks. And their strength, and their might.
And the fuel for the fire.
And they know if these chariots going to come and destroy you, because the same thing Zachariah sees. So most I said there is the curse that will move over the face of the earth and destroy everyone that steal it. Right? Because when you read in, I think in Exodus, it says, he that stealeth a man and selleth him shall surely be put to death. So you know, these things were going to come and destroy this place.
And if I may just bring a testimony, I had a dream that the Most High chariot was destroying Trinidad. You understand? Just to back up with the brother.
I had dream like that too. The most I see charity in the air and you know they're shooting You understand? Yeah.
That's where the people born in and school.
I think you have a Zach had a dream right there too. See, people getting born up in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? Born up. Yeah. You know? Somebody get the second address and I'm finish at Watch 4. We have a Watch 4. Yeah, I think it was Watch 4.
2004?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is what come here. There's one after the dragon and his angels. Yeah, the sun is one after them. You know, they're going to be destroyed. Each and every one of them going to be destroyed. As it say in Isaiah 34 and 2. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, this is second Ezra 13 verse 5. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heavens to subdue the man that came out of the sea. And I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it.
That was the father's ship.
And the mountain is a big object. You understand? Yeah.
Just like with the Australian Independence Day Part 2 when that bigger ship come and cover the route. You know? The other ship where they say the Queen came out of, but they see the size of that ship. And see the end, to see the packet, you know. You can see the beginning night of it.
That's why you use the word mountain to describe how big it was.
Reading on, it says in verse 7, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet trust light.
Just fight. You understand? The Most High put the spirit on them to fight still. You understand? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Reading on, it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came.
Yeah, we got to come together. Revelation 19:19, the beast and the kings of the earth. Yeah, go ahead.
He neither lift up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of the lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. And burned them up every one.
Remember, this is the brother read earlier, Malachi 4:1. Go ahead.
Right? So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke.
We're back on Revelation 12:8, and that's why the place wasn't found anymore in heaven, because the Most High destroyed the beast.
You go and deal with them just like how they deal with these other nations. Of course, in Iran, Syria, Afghanistan. Now how they deal with them, and you watch how they deal with the news flicks. That's how they fire up their rockets, fire up their missiles. Boom, 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 boom. The whole thing just like on show up all one time. But the Most High going to rain it from what? From these different continents upon the planet Earth. And going to rain it from the chariots. He's going to put his spirit on them that they're not going to miss. The missiles not going to miss.
So you're trying to wherever the build, not one stone shall stand. You know, he shall build, but the Most High will throw down. That's right.
So how you move against the nations with color, no side you don't move against you with color. You understand, which means hatred.
You know, follow what the movie Omega 2 Magneto. You coming down to the end of the movie, when the Lord come, and destroy them, the devil, he jumped down and bowed. He say, Nazarene, you is Lord.
Yeah, that's really it.
Revelation chapter 8 and verse 12 and verse 8 says, and they prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven.
Yeah, because the beast was destroyed. When you read it in Daniel, the beast was destroyed. You read it in 2nd Ezra, the beast was destroyed. You understand? The beast will be destroyed. That wasn't talking about spiritual demons, it was talking about the Edomites and the military power and the kingdom. That's what it was going into. And that's future tense prophecy.
So that the family had Satan means what? Adversary. Right? And adversary.
Adversary is hard times.
Right, so that. But which is enemy, you understand? And who is the ones who get, like the most high enemy? So pushing all the philosophies, the democracy where the people rule and all the kind of thing.
Opposite to the most.
Exactly.
That was
I read it now, I will read the song.
Revelation 12. Revelation 12 and verse 9 says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent.
That old serpent is who? The serpent that was in the garden with Eve. Right? The deceiver, go ahead.
Called the devil.
Called him who?
The devil.
The word devil is what deceiver. Right? So it goes to show that was a man of a different nation that deceived Eve. Because the scripture in 1 Timothy chapter 2 says, Adam was not deceived but Eve. Eve was the one in transgression. Right?
And Satan, which deceived.
And Satan, with Satan as the brother was saying, adversary. Right? Because what he's standing in opposition to everything. When you go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, it says what? The one that opposes on everything that is called the Most High. Right? As though he is the Most High. Right? Ezekiel chapter 28 speaks of him being a proud man, right? Sitting in the seat of God as though he is our God. It's proud because the Most High hasn't brought his judgment upon him yet. You understand? And he continues to the Most High continues to feed him manifestations of technology, and that putting him up on his high horse. But that technology that the Most High gives you, imagine if he gives you that, what he has.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't be deceived. The Lord said to deceive and deceive our minds.
That's right.
You are deceived greatly, so humble yourself. That's why we out here doing this week is a certain truth. Because we know that power that coming, he could be merciless too. And he said anybody that take your chick, what? He's gonna pour out his wrath without mixture upon that person.
When I had judgment,
Mixture. You understand? So go ahead.
Then, and it says, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
He deceiveth the whole world. Right, so right now, they're in the process of what bringing forward that the chip is something magnificent. It's going to be convenient, it's going to be revolutionary in terms of medical health. Putting it in things that affect your brain to make paraplegics walk and all these different things. All these different things that they're doing, right? And this part of the great deception that's going to culminate into what? Him pushing his mark, his stigma, which is the RFID chip, right? And this is what the fight in heaven is going to be about. This wicked man, his wicked worship, and his wicked thought of having a new world order, right? Having all the nations bow down to him by putting that chip into his hand. The war is going to come because of the oppression that they did to the nation of Israel upon the Lord's eye, right? The wife of Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
You understand? That's it?
right? So I'll just read this, right? And I'll jump to this, I'll go to verse 23, 2nd Ezra 15. I'll start at verse 20. It says, behold, said the Most High Yahweh, Bashem El Shai, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another, and repay the things that they have done to them.
Yeah, we're going to have race war, sedition, and man is going to have these governments, nations, they're going to like a fight. They're going to fight one another. But primarily, they're going to come together to fight against America, Babylon, the whole. That's upon the peace. As you're going to break it down, it's only EU is the peace. Before that right, the crimson color beast, the red beast is what is America. Right?
like as they do yet this day unto my chosen.
And they will yet this day unto the chosen, which is the nation of Israel.
Can. So will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, thus said the Lord power.
Hey, that fight in heaven is not going to be about the Most High of His children. His nation.
Verse 22 and verse 23. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. The fire is gone forth from his wrath, and hath consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. Yeah, I want 18 as brother put earlier. They're going to be a stubble, they're going to be a shaft, you know.
The big picture, I think. Let's say, see Satan cast out there like speed and lightning.
Can.
The kingdom falling and you're going to be destroyed.
Can. No? Hey, with that people girls edifying towards you hopefully left. You know, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash.
Double honor to the elders and the apostles of great news, so now surely do well. Right, you want to say Shalom Labakaya, which means peace to the hopefully elect. Right, Mawat Lababal, to Babylon.
Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.